Today we have a startup that is coming from Paris, which is Peculium. And we are happy to host them here at Impact Hub Geneva. So just a few words about blockchainers meetup events. So we do exist since 4 years. We have several locations within Switzerland: Zurich, Geneva, Zug, Basel, and sometimes I will say Lausanne. And we are trying to help and to promote startups with a great project, good project. And yeah, so today I want to say a big thank you to our sponsor, Peculium, and also to our new collaborator, Luisa, for all the video and pictures. Thank you, and well, Cyril will come later. So our speakers today, from Peculium, we have Rachid, the CEO and founder, Eso, tech lead, Paul, developer and architecture, yeah. Yeah, and Florian Reis.
My name is Paul, so I am a developer and a trading system architect, and this is Eso, tech lead, as she said just before. So I want to thank Sarah and Cyril and Lisa to organize this meetup. I want to thank also Impact Hub and the Blockchainers meetup group, and thanks to Rachid and Florian to work with them. So sorry for my English. If you don't understand, don't hesitate to tell me or to repeat. So Peculium is a crypto saving thanks to blockchain and also to intelligence artificial. So what is Peculium in numbers? So first, it's ICO successful with the first ICO phase. Also, we have a good community who is faithful with us and believe in our project and follow us every day. Also, we have good product. So for the moment, it's beta testing, but we have also a beta tester to practice, and who is there in our community too. So who is the main person in our company? So first there is Rachid, the CEO, who are data children. So he knows data from the beginning and the evolution of this technology. Also is for a long time in cryptocurrency. So he managed with his computer Bitcoin, and they know how works this market and what is the functionality of this market. After that, we have Abed Ajol, who is a chief data officer. So he's also a friend of Rachid and work a long time with him. We have Sergeant Pitch. So I don't know if you know him, but in France he's popular because he hacked the blue card at maybe 20 years before. So he finds the solution of cryptography in blue card. And there is Florian, the CCO, who work for financial and commercial in Peculium. So we are 50 in Peculium. So we are in London, in Paris, in Spain, and in the world. And so I will present really quickly to don't let you boring. So there is data scientist, there is blockchain developer, security, and there is me here. After that, we have a commercial team with a business developer, designer, communication. So what you need to understand in our company is that we are data children, and we are blockchain developer. We are blockchain lovers. So I think a lot of people here are blockchain lovers. So what you need to understand is we are the first saving system in cryptocurrency, thanks to intelligence artificial. So I know we usually hear this word intelligence artificial, and I will tell you why we work with that and why it's helpful for us. So our market is saving. So saving now is $19 trillion today. So it's a big market, but there is a big problem. The problem is that the market never changes. So maybe 20 years before, the annual return was at 5 or 6%, and now we are just at 1%. So for us, it's a big problem. So in bank, so you put your money on the bank, they use your money to speculate and win more money, and you just win 1%. So it's a problem for us, and you don't know in what they invest. So they can invest in some things that you don't like, and maybe you want to invest in some things that you like ecology or technology. After that, we have crypto saving. So crypto market, so the problem in crypto market is that it's a new market. Everybody thinks that they know everything in this market, but we are not sure. So it's really volatile. So you must to know in what you invest, in what is the project, if it's not a scam, if you just understand in what you invest. So we are there to to let you understand and to tell you in what to invest. So what is our solution? Our solution is data. So data for us is really important, and just before internet, to have some more knowledge or more data, you have to go to library to find what you want to look and to know what and to find new data. Now we have internet, so we have trillion and trillion data. So thanks to that, we take all the data connected near or far from blockchain and crypto market. So with that, we take all this data and we analyze. So we use intelligence artificial. So with that, more we have data, more we have knowledge, and more we can do good advice, and more you can invest in good saving. So that is our solution. So now I will let Esso talk about our different products.
Thank you, God. Thank you. Okay, so I will quickly present myself. I'm the lead tech of Peculium. So what is our project again? We have 3 projects. So we have Eve, Singulus, and Alterus. So what is Eve? Eve is an artificial intelligence that processes many data. You can imagine a lot of data from the blockchain market and also for the social media to be able to address the good information, to our application. So there is 2 applications we are working on, and we have the Singulus application who is like your mobile saving application. So with this application, if you have a cryptocurrency, with your cryptocurrency you can have the best advice from Eve and being able to trade and gain. So it's the same thing like is like the Alteris also. So the Alteris is more like the Singulus, but from financial institution and corporation. Eve will give you those advice, and with those advice you can be able to trade on Alteris also. So our last project is Believer. So we'll make a live for Believer.
So for example, we have for 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and you can see arrow. So this different arrow, for example, this first arrow just tell you if the price will go upper than 0.2% less or more. So we let the arrow like that because if you are a cryptocurrency trader, the fees are 0.2. So that's it. So now you can see, for example, XRP is going down. So you can see the confidence just there. So it says that there is 56% that it's going down. We put $10,000 in this automatic trading. So you can see that we put a confidence of 98%. So it just do trade when it's sure at 98% that it's going to do. So for the moment we begin at 26 September, and we have three. I will let you read. So 376 winning trade and 8 losing trade. So For the moment, it's just beta testing, but we can prove that with the prediction and with the automatic trading that it's working, and you have to. But I think everybody knows that it's a bear market. So it's a bear market. I think everybody who invests in cryptocurrency just lose their money for the moment after December. But with that, you can just put your money and wait. So if you are a little bit lazy, or you are not trader or investor or whatever, you can just put your money like in a bank account. You put your money, you wait, and you have more than 1% per year.
Now, what he was saying is, with 0.2%,
Right.
when you are in this range and the stock, I mean the currency is predicted to be flat, you don't act.
Right.
Because the average fees that you have on an exchange will be about 0.2%. So what he was saying is, this board, which gives you the predictions of EVE at every single minute it's readjusted. So you have some kind of forecast for 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes. And what it tells you is, it doesn't necessarily tell you you have to act now or you don't have to act now. What it says is that the ring is the most important element on the table, because the ring gives you the confidence percentage. So if you are, like, if we take this example here, you probably have this one. Let's imagine it's green and it's going up. You have 50% confidence. So at this moment, if you combine 50% confidence and you have an increase that is between 0.2 and 0.5%, you have no interest of entering the market. So that is kind of your roadmap. This Ask Eve, and there's still a mystery about why Eve. We will try to grind the CEO to finally figure out who is Eve. But AI Eve, artificial intelligence Eve. So what we want to say is, that is your dashboard. The second product is an automated trading. So what we wanted to see and to do, and then I'll introduce myself after your questions, but so you want to say, right, this is all fine. This is great, we have Eve and the confidence. I give you just a nutshell, and then I reversed back. When I use that, right, you realize two things. First, you have an indication of how Eve is splitting and segregating the market. You see how it works, you see what the confidence are. But if you are placing the trades yourself, manually, and you go on the market, and then you sell, and then you re-enter, the chances that you make money is very low. It's very low, because at the end of the day, what Eve is doing is, you need to trade on every signal. You need to trade every time there is sufficient confidence. Today, the crypto market is driven mainly on Asian time. So unless you have trouble to sleep, you have to stay all night to try to trade, which we can't. So basically, my personal conclusion was, well, I'll wait for the automated version of it to come, and let's see what happens when the machine trades for yourself. This is what they did, and this is why the beta version is actually very interesting, is because here, when you go to the portfolio, you can see that the machine trades no matter what, and it takes every trade. And it trades on, it trades on Binance, which is a very accessible market. You have all the trades are listed here. So when you go here, you have all the live trades. You can look at them. Everything is very transparent. You see that the trades are placed on the exchange. You can see when they enter, when they sell. You can do the full recollection of what you have. So there's no gimmicks. There's nothing hidden. It's very transparent. It's very clear of how the machine works. Conclusion of this is, if we go back to the portfolio, we have one thing which is interesting. You can influence the size of the trades, so you can give the parameter to the machine to say, on the size of the portfolio, I want to have minimum position of that amount, or I want to have maximum position of that amount. I want to make my capital at risk, which is at this level or that level. as we would see in regular portfolio management, you will segregate this in different risks, and you ask the machine to take positions depending on the level of risk that you are willing to take. For this version, it was a low risk in terms of size of position. We have been through, still are, I don't know, but we are kind of in a bear market in cryptocurrency. So, of course, it was very interesting to see how the machine was reacting to the bear market. We had a very good ratio of winning trades. Fortunately, we have losing trades as well, because I think this makes it more credible than anything. We have ongoing trades, as you can see, and this is the extrapolation of what would be the estimated monthly and the estimated annual profit in percentage. So if I, obviously I like to talk, obviously, so introduce myself, so Florian Reis, I'm acting as the commercial officer at Peculium. I joined the team of Peculium quite a while ago, just to put back and to see the reason why I got interested in Peculium. My background is definitely not IT. I mean, I can't write a line of code, so I mean, there's nothing I can do with a computer except using it. So my background is investment management. I've been running funds for years, and then I did private equity since the past 20 years. When I got interested in cryptocurrency in early 2017, and I was following different projects on which I acted as an advisor at first, and I got in contact with Rashid, who one day told me about his project. And the first thing I had in mind is to say, I mean, I was educated as a banker here in Geneva, then I moved to London, and then I do private equity. So we have all these old kind of habits. First of all, when someone comes with a plan and a program, you say, nah, that sounds bizarre, that sounds odd, it's going to be something fishy and on the line. So I say, well, okay, so you want to build a artificial intelligent machine that is going to predict. Well, that's great, because you type artificial intelligence on the internet, you have about 5,000 companies that says that they invent a machine that is tying your shoelace with artificial intelligence to do it faster. Artificial intelligence has become something that has almost no meaning. So the answer to that was to look at the team. Who is actually working on this artificial intelligence that they promote so well? And I looked at the team, met them all, and one thing that is striking is the background of those individuals. Those are Abed Ajraoui, which is a picture. They've been all working for large companies. First Energy, they've been in the electricity business, they've been in the energy business, they built up models to forecast half an hour before the amount of energy you will need on the grid. So basically the predictive model is their bread and butter. They have 20 years experience in this, quite rare in the cryptocurrency sphere. Then there are big data analysts. They have specialists. One guy comes from Safran, who's been working and developing the supercalculator. So what I'm saying by this is in an analysis of saying, is this team or is this project making sense? If we want to say, is it credible to believe that they're going to achieve what they are actually saying they will? All the boxes were ticked. At least they were ticked on paper, and they were ticked because the profile of the individuals were very much matching what it requires to reach the target. So all of that combined, then I thought, okay, so let's go deeper. What does it mean to say I'm going to do artificial intelligence to manage savings? So we all know that robot advisors are going to be probably the investment manager of the future. It's no news. A lot of banks are developing it. You will probably have no more portfolio managers with hand stock picking and analyzing the things. The data has become so immense that you need to have actually a machine that is sorting all this for you. That's no news. On the stock market, where I was more familiar with, we all understand that the efficiency of the market makes an arbitrage or make a special trade very difficult to achieve. It was actually very interesting to apply this to the crypto market, which is a nascent asset class, if we can call it this way. Why is it? It's not inefficient in a sense, but it is because you have huge players that are moving the market, unannounced, of course. You have miners, you have exchange, you have whales, as they call the big holders of currencies. Everybody has some kind of a plan that in order to move the currency from there, and then you have all the others coming along to invest in cryptocurrencies, and those are not very easily identifiable because you have multiple of exchange. Today the exchange are in offshore jurisdictions. Unfortunately, there are little regulations. We do hope and we do believe it's going to change fast. So what does it take? And that's why the whole big data analysis makes a lot of sense. If you recoup who owns what, who does what, who talks on the forum, who talks on the chat, what lines, if this identity of this individual can be somehow related by the machine, that is also, the moves are similar to something that happens on a wallet, there are millions of wallets, the machine is reading all of that, is looking at this, is making trends, is making parallels, is building up a roadmap for the machine to come with a conclusion, to say, well, this is moving because this wallet number, or whatever, I'm trying to be simple, that's the only way I understand it anyway. So if you do one wallet and you say, okay, this guy usually tends to influence that, and usually when he moves, something moves, and this and that, you analyze. The same way you would analyze in traditional financial markets, an analyst who has an impact, has an influence on the market, would come up with a research, he says something about something, and others follow. In the traditional financial systems, we all know that this is fairly well, this is a routine. You have channels of disclosing information, you have the information going out, everybody reads it, then the investment managers, all of them, they follow and they apply their investments strategy according to what has been released. In the crypto, it doesn't happen like this because a lot of things is anonymous, numbers, and all this. So the machine is actually built to do that. That was the real interest, the real hook, as far as I'm concerned, to say, okay, so you have the idea, you have the team, you have the tool, so what's next? Next is extremely, I think, fairly simple. The next step that will happen in the broad scope of things, you can see there has been a big hype of cryptocurrency last year. This year is a little bit more dark. It will probably come back. But if you read all the lines about regulators, people who influence that, a lot of banks are moving into the sphere quietly. But you see that you have companies such as Ripple making alliances with banks, payment methods. The whole thing is moving. The whole thing is coming. What will happen? It will happen that cryptocurrency as a whole will become an asset class that is more and more accepted by individuals, institutions, banks, pensions, anything. And at the end, what will happen is, as I was a fund manager for years, you tend to say, all right, well, you allocate your money into different asset classes that are well known. And then come a new asset class. But then, as we all know, what's going to happen to those? Are you going to do the monkey portfolio, as it was known on Wall Street, that you hand-pick a cryptocurrencies? There's probably 2,000 of those listed today. It's probably going to be 10,000 in 5 years or more. Well, I have no idea how many, but there will be. So we are convinced that the only way to actually have an intelligent way of investing this part of your portfolio is with the machine. And the machine is here. And the machine is working, and the results are live, and the trades are real. So to end up with that, and then I stop. So it will be to say, it doesn't really matter, how fast the proportion, the percentage of fraction of a portfolio that will be allocated to cryptocurrency, but it will come. Someone will not be able, at some point, to miss out on this opportunity. I don't know if some of you have a banker or are investment managers themselves, but there is, I remember when I was in 98, when I was an investment manager after the Russian stock crisis until 2000. There was the tech boom. There was nothing more embarrassing than to have a client asking you for a tech stock and you had absolutely nothing to say because you didn't know what they were doing. You know, you had abc.com and it was the new hot potato on the street and everybody was asking about this and you had the client. This is the answer to many. You don't know, you can't be a specialist in cryptocurrencies, not every bank will be. There is a rationality of using a tool like this, having a machine built up and foremost targeting the automatic investment management. So that, for me, this is something that is very clear. As for Peculium, the product that they're launching, so you have the Ask Eve, you have the Singulus, the Alterus, and you have, which will come, the Solidus. So in the chain of products, you have, if you want, self-directed, then you have institutional self-directed, and then you have automated. Do put $100, $1,000, $1 million, whatever, invest, the contract will be run by yourself. It's a contract, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, you roll it, you exit, you come, and the machine does it for you. Peculium, the PCL, the token of Peculium, is a genuine and a pure utility token. The only purpose of PCL is to use the system. You need to have PCL to use the system. So as you would buy a chip for any kind of club or casino, for the lack of a better example, but you need to have the chip of this particular place in order to go to enter and to do something. So with PCL, it's the same. You need to have the PCL. It's a genuine utility token. So when we sign up, you create an account, just to email and that. You go to the login page. As we were saying at the top right, you need to have PCL to trade. You can buy PCL with credit cards. It takes 5 seconds. Sorry, directly on the site. You buy. The only thing you do, put your credit card, buy. It's 1,000. So, alors. Yeah. So PCL has had a first ICO, which was done last January. We were successful in this IPO. We raised money, and we listed the token. We listed a very small chunk of the token, which makes it actually quite volatile, and it doesn't really matter. But it is listed. It is on different exchange. What we're doing now, we're having a second round of ICO, which was more targeting to get institutions on board. Now, what we want to do is we have linked the website with direct access to buy PCL, which means that I want 1,000 PCL to trade for a week. I buy PCL. The current price of the PCL is probably 0.2 cents on the current market. It will cost me €2 a week to use Eve in its current version. You have 1,000 PCLs per week that is debited from your account to use the system.
And this is independent of how much money I want to put in,
yeah,
or
so
how many trades I'm gonna
yeah, so
just
let's,
a flat fee basically.
right. So let's separate the two things. Today, we are at the stage where we have the advisor. We put the dashboard. We have the trade advice that are online.
Access to the advisor basically.
Exactly.
Fee.
Correct. You pay for the advisor. On Q1 19,
Yes.
when we release the Solidus, which will be the contract, then it will cost a fee for the length of the contract. You will put some money, whatever amount. You will sign up for the contract, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. The machine will trade over the period of your contract, and at the end, you will have a choice: redeem, roll out, exit, convert in PCL. We are trading. We are, but we are not open for general public to put money on a contract that is automatically traded. But this is live. This is real money, real trade, real exchange.
You can use
Sorry?
Only for advisors.
Only for the 250 beta testers.
Beta tester.
We're in the beta version.
Okay.
So we have 250 beta testers that have put some money, and they are actively following the trade as we have shown here.
So I think you mentioned that this is an early version and also a low risk profile. So regarding that, could you comment on the green circle, Tether?
Yeah. So out of the 10,000 initially invested, currently you have 70% of your portfolio which is held in Tether, which is the proxy of cash.
So I understand this is to fight against the bearish market, but is there a reason to suppose that the Tether token could somehow crash?
Well, it's a good question. It's a fair question because there's a lot of the Tether, for those who are not familiar, is pegged to the dollar. So it's 1-to-1 to the dollar. It doesn't move, doesn't go up, doesn't go down. But there has been press that was saying that the Tether might be overestimating its solidity, kind of. So yes, you are correct. The Tether would be good that the Tether stands. Now, we read a few days ago on Coinbase, as an example, that they are adding a lot of coins on Coinbase directly, and they are not the only one to facilitate the move between fiat and crypto. We believe that very soon, quite quickly, you'll be able to hold direct fiat currencies instead of Tether. So this is a very good point. This is a risk that is embedded in the Tether themselves, but it would be addressed by the market. But in order to the percentage, as we have here, 70% of the investments held in Tether, this is due to the limitation we put on. We ask the machine not to go above a certain threshold on the different investment they make.
So you cap it.
We don't. Well, we cap it per trade. So 500, you have the cap trade. Of course, if you have multiple signals in the same currency, it will go. But per signal, it will allocate $500 into this particular trade at this moment.
Okay, so this one is actually a conservative. As he was, the gentleman was asking. This is so the conservative approach.
Correct.
And then you will have the risky or.
Yeah, we'll move on to say, but again, the only target of this is to run for the coming weeks a portfolio to say how is it impacting the mechanics, the relationship with the exchange, the way it's being traded, the way it's being settled. We all have, and that's why this current exercise has been very successful, because we have a very good and a very smooth relationship with the exchange, with the trades, the flow, the liquidity. That's also another question that we have a lot is, okay, if we trade currently 12 currencies on this. So obviously, if someone was to put $1 million in a contract, how can you have the sufficient liquidity to buy that much into smaller tokens? The machine takes into account this. My answer to that, because I had this question before, and to say, look, even if the machine with that kind of winning rate, even if the machine was to trade only on the 4 or 5 biggest cryptocurrencies, you would have very good returns. Might not be 9.2 monthly profit estimated, might be 3, 4, 5, we don't know. But in fact, the liquidity on the cryptos themselves is not really a concern. Today, quant systems, the best of our knowledge, no one is looking at a big data systematic, including natural language processing, big data analysis, or on cryptocurrencies. The tools that exist, there are many of traditional assets of quant management. We see that it's probably not a problem on the very long run. Some might bridge the two, we don't know. But the source of the data, the way to treat the data, the way to analyze the market is very different from what we see on the traditional financial market. The way you collect the data is easier, obviously, on the traditional financial markets. All the tools that exist are based on source and usage of data that are very particular. For the crypto market, there's a different language, there's different mechanics, there's different logic behind the treatment of the data. So we don't believe at the moment that the traditional quant methods will be a competition to Peculium at this stage. I will start the answer and pass the ball to Rashid. This version of Eve is able to predict or treat rare events, which means that we have seen that the reading they take of the data of the wallets, they have sufficient data since it runs that now it has a fair probability that it can anticipate those rare events, meaning if a miner, a whale, someone is making a dramatic move into the currency, our system has shown that it's able to anticipate the move. So we basically are able to read a little bit ahead what's happening, and the machine trades for itself.
So if we go backward to December 17, if you rerun your system, would you have anticipated the crash and the peak?
Yes, we had. The thing is, we have shown it. We had it on our website for a while that we're showing a lot of back testing, and Eve was actually exiting the position in a very timely manner. One of the reasons that we're, in my view, and this, back testing, I don't really believe in this, to be honest, and because when I was in investment management, there was always someone coming with a fantastic way of trading, and the backtesting was producing amazing results. And then it was live trading, and everything was collapsing because some events were not taken into consideration. So I have little faith in bad testing, but we did, and the results were very positive. The important things, as far as we were concerned, is we really wanted to see how it actually behaves live. And to make a parallel, we have run two versions, the live, and we continued to see how our backtesting was behaving, and it's completely in line. It's completely in line. The live version and what we would do as a backtesting is exactly in line. So we can say with a good probability that yes, if Eve was live in 17 at that time, we would have anticipated before. Yes.
Merci. Merci à vous. Dans cette version, on est en mesure d'anticiper 3 dumps sur 5 et 2 pumps sur 4. On a anticipé les derniers pumps et dumps qui ont eu sur les terres les 10 derniers jours. On a raté qu'un seul sur les 7 qui ont eu lieu. C'est quelque chose qu'on essaie d'améliorer pour avoir une véritable assise et de contrôle sur une roadmap de 18 mois. On est sur les bonnes... Ah oui, la mesure map, de comment on mesure la qualité de la prédiction, est conduite depuis le 14 janvier dernier. On est sur 99,5% de confiance de la prédiction. On a un accurate de prédiction de 99,5%. Le meilleur intervalle de temps, c'est à 30 minutes. Plus on baisse, plus la précision est grande, mais plus la volatilité d'échange peut être critique. Prédictif dans le sens où il pose vraiment un pricing cible, dans le sens où le pricing qui est donné est le pricing que va atteindre la bougie à l'instant où elle va s'opérer. Il y a énormément d'algorithmes qui tournent en parallèle pour la prédiction. On a les algorithmes d'analyse de trading, que ce soit par rapport à l'héliotisme, par rapport à toutes les formes de vagues très long terme qui permettent de donner les points de chute, tous les points de cible. Oui. Mais c'est clairement toute la donnée analysée, toute la donnée périphérique par rapport à la donnée qu'on récupère de l'order book ou de la transactionnalité elle-même Et toute cette donnée est réactive. Que ce soit Twitter, Facebook, enfin toute l'humeur web est une donnée qui apporte un complément de confidence et qui peuvent générer chez nous, dans le moteur interne, des alertings sur quelque chose, un phénomène rare qui peut s'opérer. Mais l'aspect pricing est vraiment dans une analyse du forecast du prix sur l'order book de tous les exchanges analysés. Et on ne le considère pas comme réactif, on le considère réellement comme prédit. En fait, la EV s'appuie à la fois sur la prédiction et la confidence, c'est deux éléments différents. La prédiction est une chose, c'est issu d'une analyse historique et empirique de l'order book sur une monnaie, et toute la manipulation de marché qu'il peut y avoir sur le prix. Mais on s'appuie sur le côté, l'autre versant qui est l'humeur de l'investisseur et l'humeur de la monnaie, enfin de l'argent, pour déterminer la confidence d'investissement. On est des blockchain lovers, on a un amour de la décentralisation. Ce modèle peut très bien s'appliquer à tout autre silo financier. L'objectif de Peculium, c'est de placer un mécanisme d'épargne au sein de la blockchain. Un mécanisme d'épargne, c'est un mécanisme qui va gérer la sécurisation des avoirs, qui va gérer la sécurité des portefeuilles, qui ne va pas nécessairement être dans une recherche permanente du trading ou du trade cyclique gagnant. C'est-à-dire que l'idée, voilà, c'est vraiment installer un mécanisme d'épargne, c'est travailler la sécurisation. Sécuriser, donc tout ce que fait Eve, tous les algorithmes d'apprentissage sur lesquels elle se pose, c'est de comprendre comment, dans la prédiction, qu'il soit proactif ou qu'il soit de l'ordre du calcul, c'est comment arriver à sécuriser le portefeuille, arriver à rendre la transactionnalité la plus sûre pour la personne qui s'inscrit chez Peculium. Donc notre objectif, c'est d'introduire un mécanisme d'épargne dans un écosystème qui est soumis à une volatilité extrême. Volatilité des acteurs, volatilité même du portefeuille global d'une monnaie, sa capacité de liquidité, son interaction dans les différents marchés au travers le monde. Et cette volatilité, c'est de la réduire au maximum pour qu'un mécanisme d'épargne qui travaille la stabilité, qui travaille le long terme, puisse s'installer. Et c'est vrai qu'on peut faire de l'advisor robot, bot, comme on peut le dire, mais ce n'est pas notre objectif, ce n'est pas notre target. Disons qu'on a travaillé de côté NLP une grille qui nous appartient, qui est propriétaire, qui détermine globalement les mots-clés utilisés au sein du champ lexical de la blockchain sur différentes langues. Donc on analyse 7 langues actuellement, anglais, français, chinois, coréen. On n'est pas encore totalement perfectionné sur toutes les mondes, mais en tout cas sur l'anglais et le français, nous le sommes. Et cette grille nous permet de qualifier, de donner un ordre de confiance à un tweet qui porte ce type de mots. Et on arrive à créer le langage processing au travers de cette grille. On a, dans les équipes en UK, on a un expert en NLP qui a mis cette grille, c'est la première qui existe dans le cadre de la blockchain. Et là, vraiment, on peut dire que le NLP qui est adressé par Eve est un NLP qui est dédicacé à la blockchain, à l'écosystème, à la mouvance blockchain.
Je pense que ce qu'on peut faire comme parallèle, c'est qu'on regarde le marché des small caps sur le marché des small caps dans la finance traditionnelle. Et si on prend le marché comme il était il y a un certain nombre d'années, c'est vrai que l'information elle était moins diffuse, elle était plus sélectionnée, elle avait moins d'accessibilité, et il y avait effectivement des opportunités d'arbitrage importantes qui arrivaient avec des gens qui étaient plutôt spécialisés dans ce genre de domaine. Donc, nous, effectivement, si on fait un parallèle, c'est qu'aujourd'hui la crypto, c'est un monde qui évolue d'une manière différente. D'abord, vous avez tout à fait raison, un jour, il se trouvera que la liquidité et l'efficience des marchés rattrapera la crypto aussi si elle est acceptée sur un plan global. Maintenant, la vraie question, c'est combien de temps ça va prendre. Est-ce que ça va prendre 5 ans ou 10 ans ou 15 ans? Ça, je crois que personne n'est capable de le dire. Ce qu'on pense véritablement, c'est que avec l'avance que Peculium montre et affiche vis-à-vis de tous les acteurs qui sont potentiellement déjà dedans ou qui vont rentrer, je pense qu'on peut dire avec un degré de confidence important, de confiance important, qu'on a peut-être quelques années d'avance sur ce qui pourrait arriver. Mais vous avez entièrement raison. Il y aura des challenges qui arriveront à terme avec la convergence, comme on le disait d'ailleurs tout à l'heure, il y aura une convergence, des ponts qui vont se former entre les méthodes comptes traditionnelles et celles qui sont aujourd'hui développées pour la crypto qui se rejoindront.
Déjà par rapport à nos capacités, c'est qu'on a travaillé dans la data depuis 25 ans, qu'elle soit structurée, non structurée, même les problématiques de processing. Donc c'est des problématiques qu'on sait faire, que ce soit du traitement de l'image, du traitement, enfin tout type de traitement. On maîtrise parfaitement les couches logicielles qui permettent d'arriver à des meilleurs traitements et à les processer autour d'architecture maîtrisée. Donc je veux dire, oui, on sait faire. Ce que présente la blockchain, c'est que c'est une data qui est très propre. Contrairement à tous les projets qu'on a pu faire par le passé, j'ai travaillé pas mal dans le milieu de l'industrie. Mes collègues ont travaillé dans le milieu de l'énergie. Peut-être données centralisées, mais extrêmement impures, si on peut dire. Le degré de qualité de données qu'il fallait rechercher était beaucoup plus profond que ce qu'il y a à chercher dans la blockchain. Elle est propre parce que déjà d'elle-même, la structure du registre est propre et n'est pas compliquée d'accès, quelle que soit la blockchain qu'on adresse. La donnée de l'order book d'un exchange par excellence est propre, mis à part les problématiques liées au développement des uns et des autres. Et la donnée réseau social, quelle qu'elle soit sa capacité ou le volume qu'elle adresse, reste quelque chose de maîtrisé parce que le marché a bien pris à l'emmagasiner. Mais ça reste une donnée qui est beaucoup plus facile à travailler qu'une data d'autres domaines. On surveille énormément Twitter en termes dans les réseaux sociaux, un peu moins Facebook, mais on y travaille. Telegram forcément. Donc en termes de réseaux sociaux, disons très généraux, c'est Facebook, Twitter, et on commence à travailler le Google un peu plus profondément. Mais c'est des API qui coûtent très cher à l'usage quand on va dans la profondeur, dans le détail, dans le volume. Donc on doit travailler ces aspects. Et les applications, on travaille énormément sur Telegram et Discord. C'est à partir de là qu'on arrive à détecter un ensemble d'éléments qui sont... Mais au-delà de simplement l'analyser, nous, ce qu'on travaille et ce qu'on s'intègre à faire, c'est de pouvoir l'archiver et créer tout un ensemble de relations. On arrive aujourd'hui à un d'exemple. Bien sûr, on a récupéré tout Bitcoin Talk, c'est le forum par excellence de la crypto-monnaie, avec 1,8 million d'utilisateurs. Ça nous a pris un peu de mois pour le récupérer intégralement, mais aujourd'hui, on arrive à lier chacun des comptes avec Twitter, c'est-à-dire globalement, quel est l'impact et la relation entre Bitcoin Talk et Twitter, et quel est l'impact après dessus Twitter par rapport à un ensemble de choses qui peuvent s'opérer sur une monnaie. Donc c'est les relations cachées dans la data qu'on essaye aujourd'hui de travailler. C'est un travail de longue haleine. Le deuxième étape, par exemple, de cette datation, ça serait de pouvoir connaître l'ensemble des clés en opération, l'ensemble des clés Ethereum, Bitcoin depuis le début de la blockchain et les interactions que ça peut avoir avec Bitcoin Talk, les transactions, les messages, tout ce qui est laissé sur les forums, sur les clés publiques. Donc on a un travail comme ça de ce qu'on appelle un peu chez nous dans le jargon, avec les équipes, de rentrer dans la forêt. C'est-à-dire ne pas simplement se dire tel signal Twitter donne tel résultat, tel élément donne tel résultat. C'est d'arriver à commencer à créer toutes les connexions patterns cachées dans la data qui est autour de la blockchain. Donc ça, c'est une data un peu plus compliquée que la data de la blockchain en elle-même, qui est assez facile. Je vais commencer par la dernière. La dernière, on a développé 3 produits qu'on a appelés Singulus, Alterus et Solidus. Le Singulus est un produit qui s'adresse à l'individu. C'est une application mobile, ils vous feront la démonstration tout à l'heure. C'est une application mobile qui permet à tout à chacun de ponctionner une certaine somme d'argent à sa guise et de pouvoir suivre les conseils de l'intelligence artificielle s'il le souhaite ou il ne le souhaite pas. Mais cet argent, il n'est pas du tout en gestion, c'est un portefeuille qui appartient à l'utilisateur. cet argent, il est géré par Peculium. Oui. Le fonds de garantie est quelque chose qu'on a initié dans le white paper au départ, mais il fallait que la levée de fonds atteigne un certain niveau pour pouvoir le mettre en place. Ce fonds de garantie garantissait les opérations du solidus, du contrat. Ce qu'on a fait avec les bêta-testeurs, maintenant le produit final n'est pas livré, donc la release finale prendra en compte toutes ces questions. Ce qu'on fait avec les bêta-testeurs, c'est que c'est leur compte Binance qui est sous leur gestion. C'est-à-dire qu'on se connecte sur leur compte Binance. On a 3 bêta-testeurs sur OKEx et 1 de mémoire sur Huobi. Donc là, Eve ne fait que se connecter et elle peut faire toute l'opération sauf le withdraw. C'est une restriction qui est faite côté de l'utilisateur.
Est-ce que vous intégrez votre propre dynamique dans votre modèle et les effets que peut avoir votre dynamique dans votre modèle?
On y sommes pleinement. C'est-à-dire quel est l'impact des portefeuilles qu'on a en gestion sur le cours et sur l'order book de l'endroit qu'on traite. C'est précisément ça. Notre objectif pour Eve, c'est qu'elle soit en mesure de trader sur 250 plateformes d'exchange. La qualité de l'API est quelque chose d'essentiel pour nous. Aujourd'hui, on n'a pas énormément dans ce milieu, dans le milieu de la blockchain. Il n'y a que les exchanges de trade de bonne réputation qui ont des API qui soient correctes. Mais à terme, on va trader sur l'ensemble des portefeuilles. Donc, globalement, les bots que les exchanges utilisent sont très connus. Leurs bots d'arbitrage ou de trading spécial ont des règles assez connues. L'un des objectifs aussi de Eve, c'est de connaître l'intérieur d'un exchange, parce que c'est une boîte noire. Donc, tout ce qu'elle fait, en fait, si vous comprenez, elle est en permanence en train d'apprendre. C'est-à-dire, en permanence, elle apprend de ce que lui renvoie l'exchange en termes de transactions. Donc, on se positionne sur les 14 plus grosses monnaies et on analyse en permanence, avec un recalcul permanent, l'ensemble de l'order book. Qu'est-ce qui se passe sur les ordres annulés par les bots et tout ça. C'est le CDO, notre data officer, chef data officer, c'est Abed. Et Abed, un génie. Et le modèle de Eve, il met à jour toutes les semaines. Toutes les semaines, le modèle. Ouais. Toujours en supervisé, qui est exactement. Et donc, ce qui fait que son modèle, aujourd'hui, on le livre tous les jeudis soirs. Pour répondre un peu à la question légale à aborder sur notre approche, c'est provider de services. On va analyser le marché, on se positionne un peu à terme comme un Bloomberg ou une agence de notation de rating. De cette prédiction-là, on va donner à disposition notre service à toute personne, tout acteur qui le souhaite. Dans notre modèle de départ, nous déployons un outil qui est sous la délégation de responsabilité de gestion à l'individu. C'est-à-dire qu'il va recevoir l'advice, il va recevoir le conseil. C'est à lui de dire oui ou non, je le suis, et il est responsable du trade généré et de l'opération qui est générée. Pour le Believe, notre roadmap de livraison, donc on travaille sur le produit, on le présente pour dire c'est nos portefeuilles, c'est les portefeuilles des bêta-testeurs, il y a un contrat particulier qui nous lie. Mais la target du livrable, c'est de pouvoir trouver un accord avec un gestionnaire d'épargne, d'actifs d'épargne, pour pouvoir avoir la capacité à gérer les actifs en son sens. Donc on y travaille, notre service juridique, enfin, on est...
Par contre, pour vous dire l'étape d'après, ça serait de faire des partenariats avec des institutions en place qui, en fait, on leur donne l'outil et c'est eux qui gardent l'argent en custody. C'est-à-dire que l'exemple que vous donniez, l'argent reste chez UBS, mais pour ça, il faut qu'UBS ait un département crypto qui leur donne accès à un exchange, ce qui viendra. Mais le jour où eux, ils choisissent leur exchange sur lequel ils veulent faire, c'est leur responsabilité entre eux, qu'il y a l'argent qui est en custody chez eux. Peculium ne fait que donner le service.
Alors, notre ICO a commencé, notre annoncement sur Bitcoin Talk a été fait le 26 août 2017. Et la première vente, la private sale, a eu lieu le 1er novembre 2017. Donc, à ce moment-là, nous avons miné 20 milliards de tokens et nous avons annoncé dans le white paper que cette ICO allait durer une année. Et dans cette année, on l'avait découpé en 7 phases. chaque phase, un certain nombre de tokens ont été alloués. Et à la fin de cette période, si les objectifs de cette phase n'ont pas été atteints, ces tokens sont brûlés. Donc on a miné 20 milliards au départ, on en a brûlé jusqu'à présent 13,4 milliards. Dans la phase dans laquelle nous sommes actuellement, qui se termine dans 2 jours, il y a 5,6 milliards qui sont disponibles. Et si ce n'est pas acquis, tout sera brûlé à la fin du mois, au 30 septembre.
Pour clôturer, on montre
Juste
le mode de fonctionnement.
C'est le produit Singulus. Singulus, donc il s'adresse à tous les individus. L'objectif vraiment de Peculium, c'est de rendre l'épargne accessible partout à n'importe quel prix, enfin à partir de n'importe quel montant. C'est-à-dire qu'avec 4 € aux Philippines, dans un pays, vous pouvez télécharger l'application et commencer à créer votre portefeuille d'épargne. C'est une application qui se télécharge et dont les actions ont été travaillées pour qu'elles soient le plus simple possible et le plus intuitif. Le conseil de Eve est facultatif, il n'est pas obligatoire, c'est-à-dire qu'on peut l'utiliser sans utiliser l'intelligence artificielle. À ce moment-là, elle va s'appuyer sur la partie analytics de nos data, c'est plutôt le scoring qu'on adresse du marché, et les utilisateurs peuvent faire de l'épargne de manière easy.